What's going on, y'all? This is Odell Bazell. If you're looking at this video, that means that you probably clicked on an ad or you messaged me about marketing, branding, and selling. So in this video, I'm going to go over a document that I have as it relates to marketing, branding, and selling. I'm going to go through the document really quick, but then I'm going to add just a couple of things that are not on the document as I go through them. If you want the document, if you are a service-based business owner, if you own a real estate brokerage, a law firm, or a health and wellness center or something of that nature, and you're looking to separate yourself in your industry, then this is going to be the guide for you. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that you can see what we're talking about. And again, if what we do is something that you're looking for, then go ahead and schedule a call with us. We do consultations and we do done for you services. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This video is going to be linked here. So if you're looking at this and you happen to be riding, you're not able to see it, this is it. Who's this document for? I just said it. Service-based business owner. So if you are a coach, a consultant, or something like that, and you're making about this much money, this document's really going to help you. If you're a law firm, real estate agent, real estate agency, or health and wellness center owner, this is going to help you too. So the big problems this document solves for you: content cluelessness, not knowing what to post, confusion about branding and marketing. And I'm going to get into that in a second, why that's important. And after this training, you're going to know exactly what type of content to create and share, or have your team share, so that you're not clueless and you're not overwhelmed. And then you'll know exactly what marketing and branding are and how to use them both to separate yourself from your competition inside your industry and make more sales. So first and foremost, you're a front-facing service-based business owner. I'm going to jump into the content in a second, but you have to know what business you're in. And I have a whole marketing course on this. And if you're interested in getting that course, you still need to schedule a call. I want to make sure we get it in the right hands. But the business that you're in is the business of customer and client or patient acquisition. That's the business you're in. Again, I go deeper into it in the course, but you have to know that. You have to understand that. What you sell is just simply the way that you bring people in. So your legal services is the way you bring people in. Your health and wellness services, your speaking, consulting services, that's just how you bring people in. But the whole goal is to get people to pay you, client acquisition. And then know what problems you solve. We're going to be diving into that, and know how to raise your positioning. So what type of content makes this possible a lot easier? This is the big thing. What is that in my pocket? Oh, so let's look at this. After you confirm who you're selling to and what you're selling, you only have to worry about these three things: having conversations with more qualified leads, raising your status or your positioning in the eyes of those leads, and separating yourself from the transaction. We're not going to go deep into all those things, but I want to go into marketing, branding, and selling. What cannot be defined can never be determined. So when we look at marketing, some of you have gone into digital marketing. You've purchased something from a digital marketer, and they say, hey, we'll put this stuff on social media for you. And it really didn't do anything. It really didn't hit. I want to define marketing. I want to define branding and selling, and then talk about how they all work together. Marketing is the exercise of continually showing people that can pay you why they should pay you. That's marketing. So you're showing them how you can help solve their problem. Branding is the exercise of continually elevating your positioning in the eyes of the people that can pay you. So marketing is the front line. Branding is kind of like the background, where you're saying, hey, I was on this show, or hey, I'm at this trade show, or I'm on TV, or I'm on YouTube, or something like that. Hey, hello again. Branding is the billboard. Branding is the billboard. Here's where selling comes in. Selling is the action of intelligently and strategically asking people to pay money to purchase what you're selling. And the reason why I say that specifically is because people try to barter, people try to get over. Pay me money. Pay me money. That's what it is. So when you have those things, when you're really good at marketing and really good at branding, selling gets so much easier. So people wonder why they struggle. Oh, I'm in a crowded marketplace or the wrong community or anything like that. Well, know what problem you solve. Then make sure that you're showing people through marketing how you help them solve that problem. Then through branding, show them that you are positioned higher than other people. Because when marketing encounters somebody cold, because of where we are now in our society, oh, just brush it off. Oh, that's a cool video. That's nice. That's cool. That's whatever. Because we filter stuff out so fast. So when they see the marketing initially, they're just like, oh, that's nice. That's cool. If it's nice and cool. And then they move on. Branding comes back and says, hey, you remember me? Yeah, I'm on TV. Like, oh, I saw that person before. That's cool. Ooh, you're on the podcast? Wow, that's really cool. That's amazing. But they're still not going to buy. So then you market to them again. And then you send them something else. Maybe you see them at a trade show or something like that. Then all the things come together. Then it's like, okay, how can we work with you? This kind of content that I'm about to reveal is what most of you got this guide for. Because you might be thinking to yourself, all right, Odell, I'll get you. I'm with you. Marketing is showing people. Got it. I can get down with that. I can get jiggy with that. That's really cool. Branding, okay. Maybe I've never heard it like that before, but yeah, that makes sense. So how do I sell better? And this is the ultimate way. And some of you, depending on what video you saw to get to this video, if you saw an ad or you saw something else in an email or something, it's all about fourth wall content. And the more you hang out in my world, the more you will realize how big of a deal this really is. Fourth wall content. It's interview content. This is the type of content that allows you to show people what you do, and it elevates your positioning, and it makes selling easier. Because the truth is, and I'll scroll back up so you can see it. This is what we want. We want conversations with more qualified leads. That's what we want. And above all else, the fancy videos, the social media posts, the fancy mailers, the cool sales process, or the 10-sentence pitch or whatever it is. We just got to talk to more people that can pay us, that might be interested in paying us. So how do we come together and do this? This is how. Fourth wall content. Why does fourth wall content work? Before I give you my answer, I want you to think about, most of you, when you saw an ad, I was probably using some form of fourth wall content. Maybe I was talking right at the camera like I am now, but I was probably using or displaying some sort of fourth wall content. What's fourth wall content? Right now I'm looking at the camera. In fact, I'm going to stop share so you can see it even more clear. Right now I'm looking at the camera. This fourth wall content. I'm not looking at the camera. You're watching a show, because here's a secret. Every business is show business. Write that down. That's not in the Google document. Every business is show business. So let's go back to the document. So here, why does it work? It models the TV experience we all had growing up. And everything that we do is related in some way to our childhood. And I love this quote. If it works on you, it can work for you. It's been working on us our whole lives. So it models TV. We remember however old you are, and unless you're younger, and most people younger aren't watching this, but unless you're like 20 or something, you probably don't remember running to the living room or running to your room to watch a particular show. But if you're like 35 and older, you remember going to sit down and watch something on TV. It's like you're experiencing a fantasy world. So that's why fourth wall content works, because it models the TV experience. The second thing, it models the way human beings deeply communicate. We deeply communicate with each other face to face, interpersonally, but most of the time, as children, as students, as people in a church or mosque or synagogue, somebody is speaking and you're absorbing it. They're not speaking directly to you, they're talking and you're there. Does that make sense? I hope so. Also, it makes you look like an expert faster. Because who gets interviewed? Experts, industry leaders, celebrities, entertainers, politicians. Also, you're more likely to go viral to the people that can pay you when it's the right thing. TV is the king of content because it builds trust faster. So in your business, you need to get fourth wall content, especially those of you that are looking at this video. You need to get fourth wall content. All other content is less than. I'll just say it like that. It's less than. But if you have a whole lot of interviews of you on your local TV, if you have a whole bunch of interviews of you, YouTube, have a whole bunch of interviews, podcasts, you have a whole bunch of interviews, people will look at you at an elevated position. So how do you get this type of content? I'll give you the hard and then I'll give you the easy. Get interviewed on local or national media. That's hard and it takes time, but you can do it. And it's expensive depending on who you go through. You can get interviewed on a high quality podcast. It's not as hard, but a lot of research is necessary to do it. You can start your own podcast. This is actually what I suggest and what we do for people the most. Start a talk show podcast where you're interviewing the people that can pay you. It's hard to do it. It's time consuming. You have to, get your own equipment, create a theme, and get people to interview and create content and all that stuff. Or you can just pay me and my team to do it. We create talk show podcasts so that for the sole purpose of you being able to reach out and talk to people that can pay you. It doesn't have to be on video like I'm on video, but just imagine. Simple setup. I'll stop share again. Simple setup. All you have to do is get a nice camera, nice video, and record. But if you get somebody on Zoom or StreamYard or Restream or whatever, and you get them on Zoom, if you're a legal firm, you talk to your biggest client and you talk about their issues. You don't talk about anything that'll get you in trouble, but you just talk about what they went through and how other people like them would benefit if they worked with you. And then you get somebody else and you get somebody else and you share that content with their permission across social media channels. You become a platform. People want to stand on your platform. And then other people like them will look at the interviews. Is that starting to make sense? That's the type of content that you can create, because then you can chop it up into different parts. And so you can share an objective, an objection rather. So imagine if it's just you, like right now, it's just me, and I share an objection and I say, a lot of people that I'm looking off, a lot of people that I work with, they are they're small to mid-size businesses, and they have 5 or more employees, and they're always trying to figure out which content to create. And it can be a bit of a hamster wheel. It can be overwhelmed. And what we do when we come in, we say, hey, do you have clients? They say, yes, we have clients. Like, great. How do you stay in contact with your clients? Oh, we send them a birthday card. We send them a holiday card. We send them stuff like that. You should start a talk show podcast. And for those that consult with us, we show them, we walk them through how to do it. For those that want us to do it, we reach out to their current clients and we say, hey, would you like to be interviewed on this podcast just to talk about your experience, talk about all this stuff? And it's going to be a resource for people that may not be able to afford our services, or for people that are interested, but they just need a little more guidance into the right decision. And you just do that. Not everybody's going to agree to do it, but we get a great percentage of people that do it. And then it becomes a hit and they become a celebrity in their space and people love it. See what I did there? Really quick. I just talk about it. It's like, well, why would people do this? You can cover objections when you're doing fourth wall content. You can also talk to people that maybe they might not be really into what you're doing. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. Me and my team will help you set it up. Or we can consult with you to show you how to make it right for yourself. Either way, make sure that you're using this type of content to grow your business and to grab more people into your world. There's so many more things that I can say about it. Set up a consultation with us, or have us do your next podcast or your first podcast. Either way, see you at the top. Now, from the top, I'm Odell Bazile. You should get known to more people that can pay you.